I'm Cadet Staff Sergeant Taylor Yates. Welcome to the 17th Annual John Hardin High School JROTC Award Ceremony. During today's ceremony, individual cadets will be recognized for their achievements while in the JROTC program. We are very proud of these cadets. Today we will do a formal military review. The military review can be traced to the Middle Ages, when rulers, as a way of showing their strength, were likely to have military ceremonies. In the American Army, reviews were originally outlined in Baron Frederick von Steuben's Blue Book and practiced by revolutionary soldiers. A review consisted of 5 stages: a formation of troops, presentation of honors, inspection, presentation of awards, and a march-in review. In today's review, we will do a formation of cadets, honors to the nation, presentation of awards, and a march-in review. We would like to introduce some very special guests who are here with us today. They are Mrs. Teresa Morgan, Superintendent of the Hardin County Schools; Mrs. Andrea Palmer, Member of the Hardin County School Board; Mrs. Dawn Johnson, Member of the Hardin County School Board; Mr. Mark Wells, Principal of John Hardin High School; and a special welcome to our presenters who are here with us today. The battalion is now formed on the ready line and will now move to the final line. The colors are now being formed to assume their position in the formation. The presence of the colors at the center of the formation represents their presence at the forefront of the unit during the heat of battle. Historically, in the American Army, the colors have been placed in the center of the formation and have been considered to be a part of the company on their immediate right. The commander of troops, Cadet Major Paul Kotarski, and company officers are preparing the battalion for the arrival of the commanding officer.
Receive the report.
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 First squad, all present and accounted for. Second squad, all present and accounted for. Third squad, all present and accounted for. Report.
First platoon, all present and accounted for.
All present and accounted for.
Second platoon, all present and accounted for.
Report.
Alpha Company, all present.
Bravo Company, all present.
Charlie Company, all present.
The commanding officer for today's ceremony is the battalion commander, Cadet Lieutenant Colonel Timothy Stuart. The commander will now assume command of the battalion.
Raise your units to present arms.
Regan, arms.
Present arms.
Present, arms.
Sir, the battalion is formed.
Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for our national anthem. Today, the national anthem is sung by Cadet Corporal Chance Hutchinson.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and a home of the brave?
Please be seated. We are honored to recognize our deserving cadets with awards from the United States Army, local state and national agencies, Veterans Group, and with awards unique to the John Hardin High School JROTC program. Please hold your applause until the end of the ceremony. At this time, the company command team will present awards to the cadets and the squads that they earned this year. Some of the awards that the cadet could have earned are the Leadership, Education and Training Award, the Proficiency Award, the Personal Appearance Award, the Perfect Attendance Award, the JROTC Commendation Award, the Drill Team Award, the Color Guard Award, the Rifle Team Award, and the Raider Team Award. Parents, please feel free to come down front and take pictures if you would like at any time. We will now present today's awards. The Department of the Army Superior Cadet Award. Cadets receiving this award are Cadet Second Lieutenant Howie, Sergeant Lilly, Sergeant Faulkner, Corporal England, Private First Class Reno, Corporal Hutchinson, Private First Class Allen, Sergeant Evans, Sergeant Chris Hamilton. This award is presented to cadets from each of the 3 companies who were selected as the Cadet of the Month by the JROTC Chain of Command, or who had an outstanding accomplishment during the school year. Presenting this award is Mrs. Teresa Morgan, Superintendent of Hardin County Schools. The Distinguished Cadet Award for Scholastic and Academic Excellence. Cadets receiving this year's awards are Sergeant Jacqueline Rodriquez, Corporal Alexandria Thurman, Sergeant Amara Danturthy, Sergeant Cheyenne Lilly. Miss Palmer. Okay. This award is presented to the cadet who maintains the highest degree of scholastic excellence throughout the school year. They have a GPA of 4.0 in all academic classes. Presenting this year's award is Mrs. Palmer of the Hardin County School Board. The Academic Excellence Award. Cadets receiving this year's award are Corporal Kevin Whitaker, Corporal Giles Gent, Private First Class Mackenzie O'Million, Corporal Stephen Loyal, and Sergeant William Hebb. Mrs. Johnson. This award is given to the cadets who maintain a GPA of 3.9 in all academic classes throughout the school year. Presenting this award is Mrs. Johnson of the Hardin County School Board. The Outstanding Citizenship Award. Receiving this year's award is Cadet Second Lieutenant David Howie. This award is to recognize an outstanding cadet who demonstrates outstanding leadership ability, holds a leadership position in the Corps, and is active in school and community. Presenting this award is Mrs. Andrea Palmer, member of the Hardin County School Board. The Reserves Officers Association Award. Receiving this year's award is Cadet First Lieutenant Ronald Selby. This award is given to the cadet who demonstrated outstanding citizenship, knowledge of civic responsibility, military orientation, self-discipline, and a sound work ethic as a member of the JROTC program. Presenting this award is Mrs. Dawn Johnson, member of the Hardin County School Board. The National Sojourners Award. Receiving this year's award is Cadet Second Lieutenant Chris Clenny. Oh, he's here. He's here. This award is presented annually to an outstanding cadet at each JROTC unit who contributed the most to encourage and demonstrate the spirit of Americanism. Presenting this award is Mrs. Morgan, Superintendent of the Hardin County Schools. The Association of the United States Army JROTC Award. Receiving this year's award is Cadet Major Regan Wallace. This award is presented to a cadet who consistently exhibited outstanding performance and dedication to the John Hardin JROTC program. Presenting this award is Brian D. Smith of the Fort Knox chapter. The U.S. Army Recruiting Command JROTC Award. Receiving this year's award is Cadet Captain Jennifer Rodriquez. For being in the top 10% of her academic class and has demonstrated outstanding leadership traits. She also has the potential for assuming positions of increased responsibility in the John Hardin JROTC program. Presenting this award is Sergeant Nathan Ford from Recruiting Command. The Order of the Daedalian JROTC Award. Receiving this year's award is Cadet First Lieutenant Jordan Williams. This award is given to the cadet who has shown outstanding performance of duties in the JROTC program and who has demonstrated the core values, duty, honor, and commitment to the program. Presenting the award is Mr. Mark Wells, principal of John Hardin High School. The Kentucky Army National Guard Award. Receiving this year's award is Cadet Sergeant First Class Aticus Baugh. The award is given annually to a cadet in the top 25% of both the JROTC and academic class. Presenting this award is Sergeant Nathan Ford of the Kentucky Army National Guard. Daughters of the American Revolution Award. Receiving this year's award is Cadet Staff Sergeant Taylor Yates for supporting the community and school and demonstrating outstanding leadership, discipline, and citizenship. Presenting the award is Miss Winnie Townsend from the Jacob Van Meter chapter. Sons of the American Revolution Bronze Medal. Receiving this year's award is Cadet Sergeant William Hepp. For recognition of superior leadership abilities and accomplishments, military bearing, and overall academic excellence. The superior JROTC cadet exemplifies the high ideals and principles which motivated and sustained our American ancestors in the Revolutionary War. Presenting the award is Mr. Charlie Scott of the Governor Isaac Shelby chapter. The Scottish Rite of the Freemasonry JROTC Award. Receiving this year's award is Cadet Sergeant First Class Ryan Barclay. This award goes annually to the cadet that contributed to the most on campus to encourage and demonstrate Americanism by deeds during participation in extracurricular activities and has demonstrated academic excellence by being in the top 25% of his academic class. The cadet must also demonstrate potential for outstanding leadership by exhibiting qualities of dependability, good citizenship, and patriotism. Presenting the award is Miss Morgan, Superintendent of John Hardin High School. The American Legion Award for Scholastic Excellence. Receiving this year's awards are Cadet Major Paul Kotarski, Cadet Captain Jennifer Rodriquez, Cadet Lieutenant Jinwoo Lee. They are in the top 10% of their academic class, as well as being in the top 10% of their JROTC class, and demonstrates qualities of outstanding leadership, discipline, and citizenship. Presenting these awards is Mr. Brian Noach of the American Legion Post 113. The American Legion Award for Military Excellence. Receiving this year's awards are Cadet Lieutenant Colonel Timothy Stuart, First Lieutenant Jacqueline Shanahan, and First Lieutenant Ronald Selby. They are in the top 10% of the JROTC class and demonstrates qualities of outstanding leadership, discipline, and citizenship. Presenting these awards is Mr. Brian Noach of the American Legion Post 113. The Military Order of the World Wars Award for Merit. Receiving this year's award is Cadet Lieutenant Colonel Timothy Stuart. This award is presented to the cadet for their outstanding performance and contributions to the JROTC program. Presenting this award is retired Brigadier General Charles D. Estes of the Fort Knox chapter. The Military Officer Association of American Leadership Award. Receiving this year's award is Cadet Major Paul Kotarski. This award is presented to one JROTC cadet who is in good academic standing, is of high moral character, demonstrates a high order of loyalty to the unit, school, and country, and shows exceptional potential for military leadership. Presenting this award is retired Brigadier General Charles D. Estes of the Fort Knox chapter. The Veterans of Foreign Wars JROTC Service Award. Receiving this year's award is Cadet Major Regan Wallace. This award is presented to one JROTC cadet who has supported the program, the school, and the community throughout the year in an outstanding manner. Presenting the award is Mr. Tim Crody, the commander of Post 10281 of Vine Grove, Kentucky, and Miss Ann O'Connor from Post 10281. Ladies Auxiliary will be presenting a $500 scholarship check to Cadet Major Regan Wallace, who was selected by the JROTC program. The John Hardin JROTC Esprit de Corps Award. Receiving this year's awards are Cadet Private First Class Michaela Holmes and Staff Sergeant Thomas Greer. This award is presented to cadets who display the most esprit de corps throughout the year. These cadets demonstrated enthusiasm, devotion, and a strong regard for the honor of the JROTC Corps. Presenting this award is Mrs. Teresa Morgan, Superintendent of Hardin County Schools. The Sons of the Union Veterans of the Civil War. Receiving this year's award is Cadet Sergeant First Class Jamal Frye. This award goes annually to the cadet who shows a high degree of patriotism to his nation and has demonstrated outstanding service to the JROTC program and the school. Presenting this award is Mrs. Morgan, Superintendent of Hardin County Schools. The U.S. Army Warrant Officers Association JROTC Award. The cadet receiving this year's award is Cadet Sergeant First Class Drake Inman. This award is presented for special recognition, outstanding achievement, and leadership in the JROTC program. Presenting this year's award is Mrs. Fonda Cox, Assistant Principal, John Hardin High School. The Retired Enlisted Association JROTC Award for Outstanding Duty Performance. Receiving this year's award is Cadet Staff Sergeant Christopher Smallwood. This one. This award is presented to one JROTC cadet whose outstanding appearance, personal attributes, and courteous demeanor set the example for others in the program. He has unlimited growth potential and high ethical standards. He is in the top 1% of the JROTC class. Presenting this year's award is Mr. Eddie Wilkerson, Assistant Principal of John Hardin High School. The Senior Army Instructor Leadership Award. Receiving this year's award is Cadet Lieutenant Colonel Timothy Stuart. This award is presented to the one cadet who performed as an outstanding leader in the JROTC program during the year. For setting a high personal standard for all other cadets in the Corps, he was always stepping up to the challenge when the program was in need of a cadet leader, and he could always be counted on to get the job done in an excellent manner. Presenting this award is Lieutenant Colonel retired Warren Griggs, John Hardin High School Senior Army Instructor. The American Veterans JROTC Award. Receiving this year's award is Cadet Captain Jennifer Rodriquez. Mrs. Palmer. This award is presented to the one cadet who was diligent in the discharge of her duties and willingness to serve both God and country for the mutual benefit of all. She has unlimited potential and high standards of conduct throughout the year. Presenting this award is Mrs. Palmer, member of the Hardin County School Board. Excellent in staff performance. Receiving this year's award is Cadet Lieutenant Colonel Timothy Stuart, Cadet Major Paul Kotarski, Cadet Captain Jennifer Rodriquez, Cadet Major Regan Wallace, Cadet First Lieutenant Jordan Williams, Cadet First Lieutenant Ronald Selby, Cadet First Lieutenant Hayden Pills, Cadet First Lieutenant Jacqueline Shanahan. This award is presented to those cadets who have worked exceptionally hard in the staff during the school year. Presenting this year's award is Lieutenant Colonel retired Warren Griggs.
We would like to recognize the following cadets: the American Legion Air Rifle State Champions, the Kentucky State Air Rifle Silver Medals for 2018, the Kentucky Junior Olympic Gold Medals and State Champions, the Kentucky NRA State Champions, Drake Inman, Ryan Barkley, Taylor Yates, Cheyenne Lilly, and Michaela Crabtree. All please come forward. Mr. Chris Peterson of the Friends of the NRA, please come forward. On behalf of the NRA and Friends of the NRA, they would like to present a check for $3,200 to the John Hardin JROTC Air Rifle Program. The JROTC cadets thank you.
This concludes the award ceremony. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand. The cadets in the national colors will now pass in review.
Forward, march. Out left, march.
Good job, guys. Stand by. Good job.
Out left, march.
All right, good job, guys.
Out left, march.
Good job, everyone. Good job, color guard.
On behalf of the cadets of the Bulldog Battalion, we wish to thank you for attending this afternoon and have a safe trip home.